In this segment, we'll focus on understanding CVE 2024-8190. This pertains to a vulnerability found in Ivanti's Cloud Services Appliance. Our goal is to uncover what this particular vulnerability involves. Becoming familiar with its specifics is essential for assessing the potential risks and understanding how it might affect systems using the Ivanti Cloud Services Appliance. This vulnerability has raised critical concerns, particularly because of its implications for system security and integrity. By gaining an understanding of CVE 2024-8190, professionals in the field can better prepare to address this vulnerability effectively. In this segment, we'll focus on the specifics of CVE 2024-8190. This vulnerability pertains to an OS command injection flaw within the Ivanti Cloud Services Appliance, specifically affecting version 4.6 patch 5.8 and earlier. Exploiting this vulnerability requires admin-level access, which means that attackers must have privileged credentials to succeed. If successfully exploited, this could lead to remote code execution, allowing an attacker to run arbitrary commands on the affected system. The vulnerability has been assigned a CVSS v3.1 severity score of 7.2, categorizing it as high risk. This ranking indicates the significant potential impact of an exploit, highlighting the importance of securing affected systems promptly. In this slide, we focus on the importance and relevance of addressing the CVE 2024-8190 vulnerability. This particular threat has been identified and listed in CISA's Known Exploited Vulnerabilities catalog, highlighting its widespread exploitation. The impact on organizations can be severe, potentially leading to a full system compromise. It's important to note that the Ivanti Cloud Services Appliance version 4.6.x is now end of life. Therefore, it is essential for users to upgrade to version 5.0x to safeguard against potential risks. This urgency is driven by the need to ensure system integrity and security in the face of identified vulnerabilities. This slide provides a technical breakdown of the vulnerability we're focusing on. The mechanism at play here is an improper neutralization of special elements within OS command execution. Specifically, this vulnerability aligns with CVE-78, commonly referred to as OS command injection. What happens in this case is that commands entered through an HTTP request are improperly concatenated with system calls. This unsafe concatenation allows attackers to manipulate those commands, potentially leading to unauthorized command execution at the system level. Understanding this execution path is vital to grasp how attackers can exploit such vulnerabilities and how it may impact your systems. In this slide, we will examine a scenario in which attackers could exploit CVE 2024-8190. First, they gain access to the administrative interface, utilizing valid credentials, which might have been obtained through various means, such as phishing or other credential theft techniques. Once access is granted, attackers can inject malicious commands into input fields that do not have adequate validation checks. Without such validation, the application overlooks these injected commands, which are then processed by the system shell. This progression allows the attacker to execute commands of their choice, ultimately gaining control or retrieving sensitive information without any need for further interactions with the user. This clearly highlights the importance of ensuring input validations and robust security measures in application interfaces to prevent such vulnerabilities from being exploited. On this slide, we have an example tool that demonstrates a proof-of-concept exploit for CVE 2024-8190, available on GitHub. This slide provides detailed usage information on how to utilize the proof of concept. The command structure you will need to follow is outlined here. You'll use Python to execute the exploit script, specifying the URL of the target application, along with valid username and password credentials, and the specific bash command you wish to execute. Example 1 illustrates the execution of a straightforward command to check the identity of the user on the target system, utilizing the ID command. Example 2 showcases a more advanced scenario, executing a reverse shell. This involves using Netcat to connect back to an attacker's server, providing significant control over the target system. These examples help demonstrate how attackers could use such tools to exploit vulnerabilities, emphasizing the importance of addressing them promptly. For this slide, we're focusing on mitigation strategies to address the vulnerability we've discussed. Firstly, immediate actions are essential. Upgrading to CSA 5.0 is recommended as it resolves the vulnerability by eliminating the affected functionalities. If an upgrade isn't feasible right away, applying patch 519 can serve as a temporary fix. In terms of broader security best practices, there are several measures you can undertake. It's important to enforce strong password policies to protect against unauthorized access. Implementing network segmentation can also help contain any potential breaches by isolating critical parts of your network. Regularly reviewing security logs and configurations is essential to identify and rectify vulnerabilities or suspicious activities promptly. By staying vigilant and proactive with these strategies, you can greatly enhance your security posture. In this slide, we explore the real-world impact of misconfigurations and outline effective preventive measures. A common issue is the misconfiguration of network interfaces, which can inadvertently expose systems to threats. To counter this, it is essential to adopt a preventive setup. Utilizing dual-homed CSA configurations can significantly enhance security by isolating network traffic. Moreover, removing default credentials is vital, as they often serve as an easy target for attackers. Implementing brute force mitigation techniques further fortifies defenses, ensuring that unauthorized access attempts are thwarted. These steps collectively help maintain a robust security posture. Let's summarize what we've discussed so far regarding the CVE 2024-8190 vulnerability. This command injection vulnerability is categorized as high severity due to its potential impact. While it requires administrative privileges to be exploited, it's particularly concerning because common weak configurations can make systems more susceptible. It's highly advised to upgrade your systems to version 5.0 to mitigate this risk effectively. As a part of proactive management, it's important to not only perform these upgrades, but also to establish a routine for regularly updating systems. An additional point to consider is consistently reviewing network permissions and configurations to ensure any vulnerabilities are addressed promptly. Adhering to these practices strengthens your overall security posture. On this slide, we have several references and further reading materials for CVE 2024-8190. First, you'll find the Ivanti official advisory, which provides detailed information directly from the source. It's essential for understanding the nature of the vulnerability and recommended actions. Next, the GitHub exploit repository offers practical insights into how this vulnerability is exploited, making it a valuable resource for those interested in technical details. Finally, the CISA Alert is a bulletin issued by the CyberSecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, which often includes broader context and additional guidance on how to handle such vulnerabilities. These resources collectively offer a comprehensive overview and should be consulted to fully grasp the impact and management of this security issue.